In a small African town lived an old woman named Grandma Tenneh, commonly known as Grandma T. She had a very big belly, a very large nose, and a funny way of dressing. She loved wearing long skirts, bright blouses, and clothes with
Her outfit
colors
is so
that did not
colorful.
even match.
What is this today you're wearing, Mama T? See colors. You guys don't understand fashion.
Hmm. One evening, Grandma Tenneh sat alone in her living room watching romantic couples on television. She sighed sadly and said,
Everybody has somebody to love them. Look at me sitting here alone like an abandoned cooking pot.
she looked around her quiet house and continued,
I need a man. Even if he has only 3 teeth, I will manage him.
Suddenly, she saw an advertisement for a dating app on her phone. Her eyes opened wide. Dating app? So people are now finding husbands inside the phone? She asked. Without wasting time, Grandma Tenneh downloaded the app and began creating a profile. She stood in front of her bedroom mirror and started taking funny pictures. For the first picture, she wore a long purple skirt, a green blouse, red shoe, and a yellow church hat. For the second picture, she stood beside a mango tree holding a cooking spoon like a microphone. For her final picture, she lay across her bed with one leg raised in the air. Grandma Tenneh looked at the pictures and smiled proudly. Ha!
These men will not sleep tonight.
She said. She created a profile and gave herself the name
Sexy T.
T. Her profile description read, young at heart, beautiful African queen looking for a serious man who can handle this natural beauty. She posted the pictures and waited. 1 hour passed, but she received no likes. 2 hours passed, and still no one liked her pictures. The following morning, Grandma Tenneh checked the app again, but there was nothing. She frowned at her phone and said, why is nobody liking my pictures? What happened? She refreshed the page several times and added,
Is this app
maybe the
working at all?
network is
Maybe
jealous
the
of my
network is jealous
beauty.
of my beauty.
Grandma Tenneh became impatient and decided to message the men herself. She sent one man a message saying,
Hello, handsome. Are you married, single, divorced, or confused?
The man immediately blocked her. She messaged another man and said,
Good evening, my future husband. What are we eating after our wedding?
He also blocked her. Grandma
These men
Tenneh
have no
became
respect for
angry.
elderly beauty.
These men have no respect for elderly beauty, she complained. She found another handsome man and called him through the dating app. When the man answered, he said,
Hello?
My love, it is me, sexy Grandma T. When I saw your picture, my heart started dancing. Alonzo.
Madam,
He quickly
do not
ended the
call
call
me
and
again.
blocked her. Grandma Tenneh stared at her phone in disbelief. He called me madam. Does he not have eyes? She shouted. Grandma Tenneh sat quietly and began thinking. Suddenly, an idea came to her. What if I use another picture? She asked herself. She opened Facebook and searched through random profiles. After scrolling for several minutes, she found a picture of a beautiful young woman wearing a stylish red dress. Grandma Tenneh smiled and said, Yes, this one looks exactly like me when I was younger. She downloaded the young woman's picture and placed it on her dating profile. Immediately, her phone started making notification sounds. Ping, ping, ping. Likes and messages flooded her account. One man wrote, Hello, beautiful. Another man said, Wow, you are gorgeous. A third man asked, Can I get to know you? Grandma Tenneh jumped from her chair and danced around the room. I knew it. My beauty has finally entered their eyes, she shouted happily. Soon, men began sending her flowers, perfumes, handbags, money, and other gifts. Every day, delivery workers arrived at her house. Grandma Tenneh became very happy. One day, a young and handsome businessman named Daniel messaged her. Daniel was tall, well-dressed, and charming. He wrote,
Hello, sexy T. I have been looking at your pictures. You are very beautiful.
Grandma Tenneh smiled so hard that her false teeth almost fell
Daniel,
out.
see what your message
Thank
has
you,
done to me.
handsome. You are not bad
Thank you,
yourself, she
handsome.
replied.
You are not bad
They
yourself.
began talking every day, and Grandma Tenneh really liked him. Daniel sent her flowers and an expensive handbag. After several weeks, Daniel asked to meet her. I would love to take you to a dinner this Saturday, he said.
Me?
Grandma Tenneh suddenly became nervous. Meet? As in face to face? She asked. Yes, Daniel answered. I want to meet the beautiful woman from the pictures. Grandma Tenneh looked at her large belly and then looked at the stolen picture on her phone. After thinking for a while, she finally agreed. Of course, my love, let us meet, she replied. On Saturday afternoon, Grandma Tenneh stood in front of a mirror. Clothes, shoes, wigs, and makeup were scattered everywhere. She looked at herself and asked,
What will I wear to make myself look 25?
She pulled on a tight red dress, but the dress was so tight that her large belly pushed the front of it outward. She tried to suck in her stomach, but after a few seconds, she released it and gasped for air. Next, she stuffed pieces of cloth inside her bra to make her chest look fuller. One side became much bigger than the other. Then she tried fake pad hips and a fake waist under her dress. The fake hips were uneven, and one side was much larger than the other. When she walked around the room, the uneven hips made her move sideways. Grandma Tenneh still looked at herself proudly. She sat at a dressing table and began applying makeup. She placed bright blue eyeshadow above one eye and green eyeshadow above the other. She painted her eyebrows too high, making her look permanently surprised. She applied red lipstick, but it spread far outside her lips. She then added so much face powder that her face became much lighter than her neck. Grandma Tenneh looked into the mirror and smiled. Ha!
This my face fine dye, sexy Mama Tay,
she said. She threw her head back and laughed loudly. Ha 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 ha. As she continued applying lipstick, she accidentally smeared some on her cheek. Then she blew herself a kiss in the mirror. Perfect. Daniel will not know what hit him, she said proudly. She put on a long wig, but she accidentally placed it backward. She sprayed almost an entire bottle of perfume on herself and left for the restaurant. The restaurant was elegant and filled with well-dressed customers. Beautiful chandeliers hung from the ceiling, and soft music played in the background. When Grandma Tenneh entered, everyone stopped eating and looked at her. Her padded hips moved from side to side as she walked. One piece of cloth inside her dress started slipping downward, but she did not notice. A waiter stared at her in shock and said, wetin be dis? Grandma Tenneh ignored him and continued walking proudly through the restaurant. She held her head high and smiled as though everyone was admiring her beauty. Daniel was sitting at a table holding flowers. When he saw Grandma Tenneh approaching, he looked behind her because he expected someone else. Grandma Tenneh stood in front of him and smiled.
Hello, my love.
Hello,
Sorry.
my love, she said. Daniel looked confused. Sorry, ma'am. I'm waiting for someone, he replied. Grandma Tenneh sat across from him. It is me, she said. Daniel frowned. What do you mean? He asked. Grandma Tenneh pointed proudly at herself. I am sexy T, she announced. Daniel looked at the profile picture on his phone and then looked at Grandma Tenneh. He looked back at the phone again. No, this is not you, he said. Grandma Tenneh pointed at her face. Look properly. Look properly. It is me. Maybe the restaurant light is making me look different, she explained. Daniel held the phone beside her face and shouted, Lie to me. You used someone else's picture, he said. Grandma Tenneh reached across the table and held his arm. Please, don't leave. Picture is only picture. Focus on my art, she begged. Daniel tried to pull away. Let go of me, he shouted. Grandma Tenneh continued begging. Please, my love. Age is just a number, she said. Daniel looked at her and replied, Yes, but your number is much higher than what you told me. Everyone in the restaurant burst into laughter. As Daniel tried to leave, Grandma Tenneh quickly stood up. One of the pieces of cloth inside her dress fell onto the floor. Then one of her fake hips slipped down to her knee. Grandma Tenneh tried to catch it, but a backward wig fell from her head and landed inside Daniel's plate of food. The entire restaurant became silent. Everyone stared at her. Grandma Tenneh quickly grabbed the wig from the plate. This is not what it looks like, she shouted. Daniel shook his head. I'm leaving, he said. He turned and rushed towards the restaurant exit. Grandma Tenneh ran after him, but the fake hip near her knee made her walk awkwardly. Daniel, please don't leave me. We can still get married, she shouted. Daniel ran out of the restaurant. Grandma Tenneh stood at the entrance and called after him.
Daniel, please don't leave me. I can cook, I can clean, I can even remove my false teeth for you. Please don't leave me.
The restaurant customers laughed even louder. Grandma Tenneh stood outside the restaurant, feeling angry and embarrassed. She was still wearing the same tight red dress. Her makeup was messy and she held a falling wig in one hand. Suddenly, a funny-looking homeless man approached her. He wore torn clothes, old shoe, and a worn-out hat. He held a small red flower in his hand and smiled at her.
Baby, I love you. If he doesn't want you, me, I want you. Shh, get away from me. Are you mad? Look at yourself.
The man continued smiling and stretched the flower towards her. Grandma Tenneh raised her hand and stepped away. After everything that happened to me tonight, is this what I deserve? She asked. The people standing at the restaurant entrance laughed again. Grandma Tenneh rolled her eyes, eased at the man one more time and walked away. She walked alone along a quiet road at night. She was still wearing the tight red dress. One fake hip pad hung near her knee and she carried a wig in one hand. Tears rolled down her eyes. Her makeup became even messier as she wiped her eyes. She walked slowly under the street light with her head down.
Daniel has broken my heart. After all the powder and padding I used for him, maybe true love is not for sexy Mama T. Even that funny man thought he could marry me. Yes!
Grandma Tenneh continued walking down the empty road. When she finally returned home, she removed the fake hips, wiped away the makeup, and changed out of the red dress. She looked at herself in the mirror. For the first time, she did not pretend to be younger. She sighed and said, I only wanted someone to love me, but lying did not bring me true love. Grandma Tenneh opened the dating app and deleted the stolen picture. Then she uploaded a normal picture of herself wearing a simple African dress and smiling naturally. A few days later, she received a message from an elderly widower named Pa Usman.
Hello, Grandma Tenneh. I like your smile. Would you like to have tea with me?
At least this one has sense.
She replied yes, but first, send me a picture from today. Hold a cooking spoon beside your face so I know it is really you. Grandma Tenneh laughed, and that was how sexy Mama T finally learned that pretending to be someone else might bring attention and gifts, but only honesty can lead to real love.